If you spent years chasing agents, knocking on publishers' doors, then you need to see this video. I'm doing a little bit of a reboot on my YouTube channel. I thought it would be interesting to talk to you about the publishing industry. I did get an offer from a publisher and I ended up ripping it up. I started writing full-time in around 2012. The reason I was able to make this my full-time career is because of a series of books that I did titled The Arena Mode Saga. I ran some campaigns on Kickstarter, which did really well on that platform, and then I moved on to Amazon Kindle. Arena Mode was nominated for a British Science Fiction Award in 2013, and the series is part of the high school curriculum in the state of Florida. I've also been published in the comic book industry. I started as an editorial writer for Millarworld, the company responsible for Wanted, Kingsman, and Kick-Ass. And then I got hired to write all new Fathom for Aspen Comics. And now because Mythos Studios bought a 50% stake in Aspen, their comics will be adapted into movies. So I've had a lot of luck with both traditional publishing and self-publishing. But like every writer, I wanted more. I was chasing the dream of having my books be on every single bookshelf, be at the airport, be translated into different languages, become movies, and then a theme park. That's not too much to ask, is it? So starting in 2015, I made it my quest to be published by one of the big companies. I spent well over a year writing the novel, getting an agent, and starting the entire process. So as my agent was trying to get me publishing deals, I was racking my brains day and night trying to find another way in. At one point, I thought that co-writing with James Patterson would be a huge shot in the arm for my career. So I entered his masterclass contest in 2017. I ended up becoming a semi-finalist, which didn't get me a publishing deal, but did get me a new laptop. And then after all that, the magic moment finally happened and I got some offers. And they sucked. Money is a touchy subject for many writers, but I'm gonna get into some of the details. I want you to know how much some of these offers were and some of the details of the contracts. Jenna Moreci did a great video talking about what some of these publishers are actually offering as an advance. She put the ballpark somewhere around 15 to 20,000, but later she rounded it down to around 15. But for new writers, I think it's more common for people to start off around 5. Based on my history selling books with all of my Arena Mode success, I was thinking maybe around 30,000 would be my starting point. My first offer was from a London-based publisher who wanted to give me a 0 advance, and my cut of digital sales would be 25% of units sold. In self-publishing, I already make 70% of each unit sold. So they wanted a lot, but they weren't offering very much. So then I thought, well, maybe if they have a massive marketing machine behind them that will skyrocket my sales, then it would be worthwhile. Not so much. They expected me to do all my own marketing, all my own press, and they weren't willing to give me any money for advertising. So basically I waited for 2 years to get this offer, had it in my hands, read it over, and within 15 minutes, it was in my shredder. So I flirted with other deals, but most of them were also very similar. There's a lot of publishers willing to offer a $5,000 or $10,000 advance, but that's as far as they're willing to go. So then I began chatting with a lot of prominent writers who were willing to disclose what they were making to me privately. Even for some of the established writers, the numbers have been depressing to say the least. I think Jenna Moreci might have been overshooting it a little bit with her 15 to 20,000, even on the high end. Even if you have credentials and your own audience, getting a $5,000 to $10,000 advance is considered lucky at this point. And you have to remember that you're essentially your own marketing machine. The days of relying on the publisher to help promote you and get your name out there for everything are kind of in the past. I spoke with a friend of mine who's actually doing a co-writing project with a major publisher, and he has a fan base that's already built in. Even going forward on his first co-writing opportunity, he only got a $10,000 writing advance. On top of that, he wasn't even offered any residuals. I have a finished, edited novel that I've spent years trying to get published traditionally. It's literally collecting dust on my hard drive. I was chasing the dream of becoming the next J.K. Rowling, only to realize I should have stayed with self-publishing all along. I'm here to tell you it's really important that you understand your own self-worth and know your own value. Just because some agent on Twitter tells you that your book or your writing is worth $5,000, even though you spent 2 years writing it, doesn't mean it's true. The market decides what something is worth, not an agent and not a publisher. Getting into self-publishing has never been as profitable or easy as it is today. With minimal marketing and almost no following, you can easily scrape together $5,000 in sales. Don't need an agent or a traditional publisher to do it. I want to talk about all the numbers with you, but it's too much to do here. So in my next video, we'll take a look at my Amazon dashboard and go over it all together. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed, please remember to ring the bell for notifications and subscribe below. I don't know how to end these things, so... But if you're interested in learning more about the publishing